Hello, this is an assessment in transit of a Bechstein 1903 Model B grand piano. That's about 6 foot 7 inches long. Now it's got replacement key tops. They're very nicely done. They're sort of simulated ivory, but they're actually plastic. The casework's got a lot of fading. It's obviously been kept in light here, and you can see the difference of colour. Must have been kept closed because the fading doesn't show on the lid here, because when it's folded back, normally that's where you see fading, where it's not faded, where it's been folded back. And there's scratches on this side too, so there's quite a bit of casework. It'd be difficult to get rid of the fading without repolishing the whole piano. It's also very rough on the fall here. It feels extremely rough, and you can probably see it on the video. The sample's in very good condition indeed. It has actually been shimmed. It's been restored at some time. This number underneath Bechstein's, by the way, isn't the real serial number. We had to multiply by about 2.4 to get the age of the piano. The piano's been restored quite recently, I would say 1960s probably. You can see the shims on the soundboard there. Below the sound, you can see where they've shimmed it. If you look, see where the screw is, and each side of the screw, you can see it's been filled, and that's what we do when we restore pianos too. Well, tuning pins are tight. It's been fitted with larger tuning pins, which you have to do when you restring, otherwise they're going to be too loose. In the bass section, it looks to me as though they've replaced the rest plank that's underneath the tuning pins, although they've still got large tuning pins in there. If you look here, you'll see the rest plank is a different colour. That doesn't look as though it's been replaced. The dampers are in good condition, no breakages or anything, and the felts are good. There's no sign of moth in there, and there's no sign of woodworm in the piano. No sign of moth here, and there's a number here, R1434. R is usually related to Robert Morley, so it could have been them that restored the piano. That was interesting. There's the R1434 again, but JSP is Jake Selmill Pianos, so I'm not quite sure what the situation is with this piano. Perhaps somebody in the trade can help. And looking at the hammers here, they've been replaced really well. It's a good work done there. Although it's not been finished off too well on the back. That's just a trade thing. It doesn't really matter in terms of it being as useful. New rollers as well, and some felts. Felt here, this isn't original, that's not the Bechstein colour normally. The hammers are a bit low, they're resting on the rail here. That will affect the touch of the piano. The hinges are quite tight, which is good. Having said that, some of them are too tight, probably because it's been kept in store. Some of them are tighter than others, as you can see. There's a way of testing how tight they are, and I can assure you if we take them off we'll see that some are tight, need lubricating basically. There's not that much wear on the hammers either, enough to just play the piano in, but really hardly any wear, enough to be able to tone the unicorda pedal as well. So there's a Bechstein Model B, so that's 6 foot 7 inches long. Got a lot of potential, needs repolishing really, and the action isn't really well regulated, or the tone very harsh around there. The hammer's a bit varied and definitely needs reweighting, but it's got a lot of potential. Nice solid bass, and has a typical Bechstein sound. Thank you very much for listening.